Alright y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. So in today's video we're doing another close quarter battle, or CQB React, and this one is actually out of the Netherlands, and I'm not sure which unit this is specifically. It looks like in the description it says police marine unit, so I'm not sure if it's like a marine military police or if it's just like a maritime police unit. So if y'all can provide a little bit of context for that, I would appreciate it. But either way, it should still be pretty cool to check out. Now, I didn't get a translation for this. There is someone who looks like they're talking throughout the video. I didn't get a translation because, again, CQB sort of speaks for itself. We can sort of identify why people do some tactics as opposed to other things, especially based on their job. You can also sort of tell what sort of job they might have just based off of their kits. But yeah, it should be interesting to check out. Now, again, I do have merch, so if you guys haven't seen that, there's a link down in the description. Feel free to go on there. There's a lot of cool stuff to choose from. Redbubble has a lot of awesome quality products, so I've ordered a lot myself, and I'm never disappointed. So definitely check that out. And if you're not subscribed, definitely feel free to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I do any more reaction videos. But let's get into it. So it looks like a CQB instructor course specifically.
Wij geven de CQBI-opleiding hier. CQBI staat voor Close Quarter Battle Instructors Course. Dat wil zeggen, cursisten worden opgeleid om tactieken te geven in verstedelijk gebied. Is een andere tak van sport dan we normaal op zee doen of in bossen.
Okay, so again, it does look like it is a police unit, and they're going to be CQB instructors. So they need to be very proficient with CQB. If they're going to be an instructor and teaching other people, they need to understand and be able to explain why you would do certain things in the close quarter battle environment. Now, there are a bunch of different ways to do CQB, so you could just be arguing a point that someone else wouldn't argue. But again, you do need to understand the methodology, so to speak.
Afgelopen jaren, gezien de uitzendingen die we gedraaid hebben, verandert het strijdtoneel min of meer richting verstedelijke operaties. Dus vandaar dat we deze opleiding geven om instructeurs op te leiden die uiteindelijk in de SOUT-module, Special Operations Urban Train, hun eenheden kunnen trainen op dit gebied. De opleiding duurt 5 weken, is onderverdeeld eigenlijk in 4 verschillende facetten. Het schieten.
Okay, so their gear is a little bit conflicting. Now, some of them are wearing some like older gear, at least older helmets, and then you can see some people have the high cut helmets and whatnot. So they do have generally the same gear that I have seen from the Netherlands as far as the rifle, the optic itself, and the overall equipment. So that all looks pretty familiar. I'm not sure how specialized these guys are, but I imagine if they're doing CQB, they're probably like a SWAT unit. But I'm not sure if they're exactly on par with special operations. I know they do have their face mask on and whatnot, so that might just be part of the uniform, or it just might be to conceal their identities. But yeah, pretty cool so far to see what sort of equipment they're using. Okay.
Tactieken. Het instructie geven van de cursisten aan ons, als zijn we een opleiding. En we doen een gedeelte maritieme tactiek.
Okay, makes sense now.
Dus we doorlopen een schietfase. Elke schietfase die ze doen op geweer en op pistool moet met een eis van.
Nice. So these are some good drills. So you can see they're doing transition style drills, and those are awesome, especially for police or anyone who's doing close quarter battle. If you need to be able to take your pistol out quickly, because your rifle might either run out of ammo or it might get a malfunction, or something might be wrong with it. So it's always good to be able to practice drawing your pistol as opposed to fixing your rifle. You need to be good at that too, but with close quarter battle, it really comes down to milliseconds, and just drawing your pistol tends to be a lot faster than trying to fix a malfunction on your weapon. So those are some solid drills. Their gear looks pretty solid. Some people have high cut helmets, some people have some of the traditional helmets, but it did look like he said it was their maritime police. So I'm not sure exactly what stuff they're dealing with. They might be doing some ship stuff. I guess we'll sort of see if the video shows it, what sort of environment they're actually doing CQB in. But yeah, it can be a very wide range of operations when you're talking about CQB. Being in a ship is completely different from clearing out like a normal building, and clearing out, you know, a small building is completely different from clearing out like a massive office building or like a business or what have you. So again, we'll sort of get a better picture of how they train and what their mission is, just based off of what they're actually doing here.
175 punten afgelegd worden. Maximale score die ze kunnen halen is 250 punten. Halen ze die score niet, dan houdt voor hun de opleiding op en worden ze eigenlijk teruggestuurd naar Nederland naar een eigen eenheid. Schietijs is hoog, heeft twee redenen. Op het moment dat ze de eis van 150...
Okay, so I'm going to bring that back. You can see when they took a knee, they're all taking a knee, so their holster is still vertical, which is very good because when you're talking about taking a knee and being able to draw. So if your rifle gets a malfunction, you know, you can drop it, and if you want to get a little bit of cover or just, you know, minimize your signature, you can take a knee, get behind some cover, and it's generally better to take a knee with your holster vertical so it doesn't affect your draw. Because if you take a knee and your holster comes up, then it's going to be an awkward draw, especially when you're coming down.
Hoog heeft twee redenen. Op het moment dat ze de eis van 175 punten halen, valt alles bij elkaar op geweer en op pistool. Daardoor laten ze zien dat ze de vaardigheden bezitten en die ze dan ook kunnen overbrengen naar hun cursisten. Opleiding geven in Engeland om twee verschillende redenen. De trainingslocatie bij de politie is gewoon een uitstekende faciliteit voor ons om te trainen. Alles kan hier,
nice.
Geen beperkingen en logistiek-wise is alles op één plek te doen. Dus het scheelt ons gewoon heel veel tijd. En daarnaast kunnen we hier meer.
So their entry looked pretty much the same as you would see with most units. It's not anything crazy. There's not a whole lot of advanced clearing going on right now, but again, I'm not sure which stage of the CQB course this actually takes place, but yeah, you can see it's pretty standard for what you would see. It seems like they're definitely more of a SWAT role as far as being a police unit, but nothing too advanced that I'm seeing so far. Again, I don't know how high speed or secret these guys actually are, but training looks pretty good.
Dan in Nederland. Dus dit is voor ons gewoon de uitstekende locatie om te trainen.
All right. Nice. Good placement. Okay.
Voor de meesten was het nieuw dat we live springen van objecten. Dus met kleine explosieven, een deur of een raam gingen springen. Dan wel hoog of dan wel laag om een instap te creëren. Dat was denk ik voor de meesten wel voor het eerst dat ze dat live deden.
Ga je de opleiding halen?
Zeker weten.
Okay, so yeah, you can see they were doing some pretty sophisticated breaching though. I could say with what I was doing in the Marine Corps recapture tactics team, we did plenty of breaching, but it wasn't anything too crazy, and that might have just been based off of our job. But we would never use like the whole pole breaching onto the second floor thing with the ladder and whatnot. We never had to utilize that, so we didn't really practice with it. But you can see again they're training on it, so they probably will have to use it at some point. So they had some pretty nice breaching techniques. You could see they were utilizing flashbangs, which is awesome. So I'm not sure if how maritime these guys actually are. They seem more like a traditional SWAT team, but I mean, it was pretty good. Their flashbang placement was very solid. Again, you want to get it pretty much within 6 feet of the door, or generally around in the center of the room. It's pretty good flashbang placement. So that was good to see. Their breaches were solid, and their tactics overall were pretty good. So it was pretty standard stuff that you'd see for CQB, but yeah, it definitely looked like a lot of fun. They're even doing low light training with their flashlights, and yeah, that's definitely crucial to get a good familiarization with your flashlights, especially since if you don't practice with it, a lot of times you'll see people who are they just turn their flashlight on and they just walk around leaving the flashlight on. You need to have that flashlight discipline. It's almost like having a second trigger, because whenever your light's going off, people know that you're there, that you're coming. it sort of identifies you. So you pretty much want to activate it when you're actually about to engage or at least make entry into a room. So yeah, it was good to see that they're training up on that. But again, if you guys could provide a little more clarification as far as what this unit actually does and what their specialty is, that would be awesome. I'll try and do some research myself just to see if I can look into it. But these guys look pretty cool. Their gear looks okay. Nothing too high speed that we would see with like special operations or anything. But yeah, definitely look like a lot of fun. At the very least, you can appreciate how fun that must be for them, especially with the training rounds and the paint rounds and shooting each other, doing like the force on force with the it's almost like paintball but realistic. So I noticed they were utilizing that too, which is very fun. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think about this unit, and definitely let me know what you think about the video. But it was fun watching these. These are simple videos, but it's cool to see how people do things and see if there's any crazy differences. But I mean, in this one, it was pretty much a lot of the stuff that I would see with normal close quarter battle. So very cool. Definitely comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up, and definitely consider subscribing. I do appreciate it. It really does help support the channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one.